Good morning. Today is day 74 on the AT, and today's going to be our last day walking through Shenandoah National Park. In 2.5 miles, we hit the Elk Wallow Wayside, which is the last wayside in Shenandoah, and Elk Wallow Wayside is where me and Snooze, my older brother, ended a 260-mile Sobo section hike from Port Clinton, Pennsylvania, down to Shenandoah. So that'll be where I start reliving a whole set of memories. And then from that point, the only parts of the AT I have left to hike that are going to be new trail to me is like 50 miles from Port Clinton up to Delaware Water Gap, and then just a few miles here and there. So it's really exciting. I am entering Memoryville, as I've been joking with the crew. It's gonna be fun to relive all those memories, and it's fun to see trail for a second time because you don't really remember most of it. And as for mileage today, I think we're doing around 20 again, and we're gonna camp pretty close to the road where people hitch into Front Royal, except I'm not sure if we're gonna go into that town because we might just try to do a pretty big resupply at the wayside, so then we don't have to get off trail. So later today, after North Marshall Mountain, which is the highest point in the northern section of Shenandoah, we are dropping below 3,000 feet, and we're kind of leaving the mountains behind us. We're going into the, I'd call them foothills of Northern Virginia for a little bit, and basically we're not going above 3,000 feet again until Mount Greylock, which is in northern Massachusetts, the very northern end of Massachusetts. So it's going to be a long time without the mountains, and I'm definitely going to miss them, but I'll just be so excited when we're finally back in them. And when we get back in them, they are some amazing mountains for the rest of the trail. Also, a few times throughout the trip so far, I've given a little update on how spring has been coming along, like at what elevation there's buds on the trees, when the first full leaves started popping up in the lower elevations. And with leaving the mountains, with leaving Shenandoah, we are finally saying goodbye to springtime, because the higher elevations up here are just starting, the buds are just starting to open up, so that's called leafing out, which I learned from my older brother. And once we drop probably back to like 3,000 feet, there's just full leaves on all the trees, so only the very higher reaches of the park right now are you still seeing the process of springtime, at least with the leaves on the trees still going along. So we've been able to watch spring unfold all the way from Standing Bear Farm, all the way down in North Carolina after the Smokies, all the way up to Shenandoah, which has been super awesome. And like almost like 800 miles of watching spring slowly catch up to us and watching the process change in all different regions. So goodbye springtime, hello summer. morning. Today's day 75 on the AT. We got a very late start this morning from the Tom Floyd Wayside because most of the group, except for Chef Old Chicken and I, went into Front Royal last night. We stayed at the shelter 3 miles before Front Royal because we just got a lot of food at the Wayside instead, the Elk Wallow Wayside, the last one in Shenandoah. And they're gonna bring us some stuff that we couldn't get at the Wayside too, that they are getting from the grocery store this morning. So we kind of got best of both worlds, except we just didn't get the comforts of town, which sometimes I don't really need too often. So this morning we're going to the road and we're gonna meet up with the rest of the group, and they're bringing a little Dunkin' Donuts treat for us. And then I have no idea what our plan is for the day, but we'll probably end up doing like 15 to 20 miles as usual, and should be a beautiful day. It's gonna warm up again.
I knew I should have bought that tent repair kit.
Good morning. Today's day 76 on the AT. This morning we're doing some nice flat easy walking into Sky Meadows State Park, which I remember being very pretty from my Sobo section. Today we're probably going to do like 20 miles, maybe a little bit more, and we're going to do the first half of the roller coaster, which is this infamous section of lots of ups and downs in Northern Virginia. And I remember it totally kicking my ass, but that's because I had no trail legs back in 2019. So I feel like it's just gonna be a little tougher than normal trail right now. And at the end of today, there is a restaurant and a diner, both at the same mile marker off trail. One is just a little further, so I think we might end up going to that diner and getting a very nice dinner, so I'm excited for that. I forgot to mention this morning that later today we are going to be finally crossing the 1,000 mile marker, which is just pretty freaking crazy because that means we're almost halfway done with the Appalachian Trail. Also, this morning in Sky Meadows State Park, I saw a bear, my first bear of this hike. And it's funny because I've never seen a bear in the mountains of the AT, but I've seen two other bears on the AT. One of them was in southern Pennsylvania, and one of them was actually in Bear Mountain State Park in New York, which is pretty close to urban centers, so I'm surprised I haven't seen any in the true wilderness.
Be the man who walks 1,000 miles and falls down at your door.
Hey, what's up?